when I was first doing my research about getting into tech, I would talk to my friends, my colleagues who were software engineers to see if they had any advice for me, any resource for me to help me in my journey. And I was talking to my friend who works at Google, and he says, oh, one of the websites I use to get information, to get a gauge of tech things, is to use Blind. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about my experience of using Blind as a software engineer. My name's David, and I'm currently a freelance web developer, currently filming this video here from Seoul as I'm doing some traveling throughout South Korea, throughout Asia, and I'm gonna walk towards Myeongdong to the market area here later after this video. And I thought I'll make you this video to talk to you about my experience with Blind and how it kind of skewed my perception about tech. So Blind is a website kind of like Reddit, where you're anonymous, no one knows who you are, and it's a forum, and you can talk about what's going on, talk about the news, your company, and what people really use it for. And by the way, it's only for tech people. You need to apply it with a tech email address, or else you don't get approved. So this website is usually to talk about the news, the economy, your personal issues, random miscellaneous things and it kind of ties tech people together. So when I didn't really use it much before I became an engineer, but once I became an engineer, I got my job at a tech company. I created an account, and I'll surf the web on it, like during break, during work, during break in work, I mean, and just get a gauge of the news. But when I was using it, it kind of wasn't good for me, because they would talk about bad things, like not bad, negative things, that's the word. Things that would attract my attention, like having layoffs at a company, and all these this chain reaction of layoffs were starting to happen, and I would just read about the news about it, and just feeling worried that, oh, layoffs is going to happen to me. And that was the main thing. It gave me a lot of layoff anxiety, reading about news about other companies experience layoffs, companies about, they would talk about spending cuts, they would talk about hiring freezes, and just made me worry about that's going to happen to me next. And I would read about this and just worry. And then I'll follow my company's news, and they'll talk about gossips, about the executives, what's going on, and just gossip that wasn't useful. And sometimes people will troll, as in they'll make up, because it's anonymous, you don't know who you are, they'll make stuff up. And it's hard to tell if you can believe the stuff is made up or not. I remember one username, it was like Scorpion, and people thought like the Scorpion was like he will like leak news about a layoff coming, and people will question who he is, be like, oh, this guy called off the layoffs for the past 2 times, he's predicting another one, all of his forecasts and predictions are coming true. So this really, it got me nervous about things going on, and not just anxiety, layoff anxiety, but other things too, about gossip, about people will post their total compensation on there, how much money they're making at their jobs, and I was new to it, so I was on the like lower range of the total compensation, and people would talk about it, and it made me just kind of feel inferior that my total comp was less than other people. And a lot of people use it to complain. Although they were making so much money with their total comp, they weren't happy, they were having problems. about their lives. So so people talked about that a lot too. And then I'll just consume this information like on a daily, and until it ultimately happened that I got laid off, and the worry that I had from this came true. And I think it's just kind of like a weird thing, like where you worry about things and then it happens. So I've learned that it's better off not to worry about it, things that you don't want to happen. Just try not to think about it, and being laid off is a big thing. And just try not to consume this information that would increase this anxiety to happen. So that's what I learned. Like, although it had good intention, it brought people together. There was dialogue, there was conversations. People talked about their experiences. I learned like how much money people were making. It increases like pay transparency. Ultimately, it caused a lot of negativity. And now that I'm out, I have my own business. I don't think about it anymore. I don't consume about it anymore as well. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you so much for watching. If you need help with a freelance project, I'm a freelancer, so you can message me about your projects and I can see if I can help. If you need help coding as well, I do coaching for people learning how to code. And I'm also working on a course too about like the fundamentals of coding, something language agnostic to help people learn to code. Thank you so much.